Hey everyone, it's Lumen. We're here with a very exciting Agricola game. This is round 2 of the Play-Agricola tournament number 10 with the revised edition of Agricola, the base set, the artifacts expansion, the B expansion, which I think is called Booblekiss, and then the CD starter set from WizKids cards. And round 2, the site took the top 16 players. And my group is Sebosch, Joe Knapp, myself, and dankwine. What's funny about this matchup is that in the World Championships in October, Sebosch, Joe Knapp, and myself were at the same table in the semifinal round. We all got trounced by Ryosuke, the Japanese player, and so dankwine's in that seat now, and we'll see how that goes. My plans for this game, it's hard to say. Like, I'm going to draft good cards. I'm going to see if I can use the good cards. But apart from that, in general, I would say that Sebosch and Joe are just better than me, straight up. So 2 people from this group will advance. We'll play 3 games. And hopefully I can get enough points to squeak by one of them. So the first pack, the best cards here are Childless, Animal Teachers, like a slightly better Patron, and then Wishless Person is good too, but I don't know. So I'm going to take Childless. It's just the best card in the pack by a tiny bit. Childless is great because it's insurance for any issues that happen during the family growth queue. If I get stuck behind in late family growth, I can maybe collect up to 4 grains and 4 food for waiting, which is an excellent payoff. The power rank of Childless was originally extremely high, like higher than Braggart for a while, but it's settled and normalized a bit to just a very good card. In terms of power, I would say it's slightly below Field Watchman, but right around there. Things to watch out for. I don't know. Stagehand is weak. Homebrewer's just okay. Oven Firing Boy's terrible unless there's one specific other card in the game. Seatmate, not as good as it sounds. Forest Evaluator, not that good. So I'd expect Animal Teacher to be taken second by Sebosch, who's behind me. I'm seated behind dankwine. This is weird. These farms came in the wrong order. Okay. No, they didn't. The colors just shifted. That's very weird. In general, this game, when I play better players, it's very important to not get blocked, and I mean that in a large strategic sense. So a classic example of this that happens often is that you don't get to take fences in the last round. So you don't take starting player in the last round, the person after you take starting player, so then you become last. And then 3 people need defense. And before your turn comes up for the first time, renovation with fences and normal fence space are both gone. So that's a classic example of blocking that really ruins a game. And in this tournament, I cannot have any games ruined. This is game 1 of our 3. We're playing game 2 right after this, I believe, and then game 3 tomorrow at the same starting time as right now, 1800 GMT. I had my coffee this morning. It's 10:13 a.m. in San Francisco, so I hope I'm alert enough to communicate all my thoughts. I'll do my best. There's a chance that this version is not what I'm going to post to YouTube. I'm thinking of just having, I guess, the replay show up on YouTube, and then myself and maybe another commentator or multiple commentators talking over it. And then posting that. That would be very interesting as well. But would obviously take double the time on my end to produce. Okay, play-by-play says dankwine took his first dock 2 minutes ago. My thing is refreshing, but I'll refresh all anyway. Okay, there it is. Okay, so my method for drafting is pull the best cards down and then look at the whole pack. So Wood Collector is probably the best card here. It's early, just like Childless, and if I play Childless, ideally I want to build that room in round 3, and then start getting the Childless rewards starting round 4. So in that case, Wood Collector is not a great choice because I would want to play that in round 1 or 2 as well. Forest District Manager. Three food is a bonus, not always a great play. So Pet Lover, from the rest of the cards here, Pet Lover is decent. I personally hate it. You have to take a weak spot, so you're not blocking anything anybody else is going to take. And the reward isn't too great. 3 food and 1 grain and 1 animal. That combo isn't super synchronous, I guess you would say. Confidant is okay as well. Oh, and Pet Lover, the grain and food I'm trying to get from Childless, so... So I'm kind of stuck here. Estate Master would be really cool to pull off. Pasture Master. No. Cattle Feeder's weak. Confidant and Hedgekeeper would be nice. I don't really want to pass Wood Collector. On the other hand, I could use an early Confidant. I think I'm just going to take it. So my thinking is that Hedgekeeper might come back, which would be terrific. Otherwise, I can use Confidant for sowing my Childless if I can get a couple fields somehow. Hate passing Wood Collector. The only decent card here is House Artist. Schnapps Distiller might be okay for my game. It might come around for 7th, my 7th draft pick. This is bad. This is pretty bad in a 4-player. Geologist is probably the best 2-player card, but there's a huge difference in 2-player versus 4-player when you talk about this kind of card that affects specific action spaces. Patch Caregiver seems pretty weak. Truffle Searcher seems pretty weak. Yeah, so House Artist is the best card here. I'm not going to be using this. It's not a good card anyway. This is just a really bad card. Excuse me. This will combo pretty well with Confidant. Oh, no, it won't. Each time another player uses the fencing action space. So that would be okay if I was sure somebody else is going to take Hedgekeeper. But then I would have to be ready for it as well, which is like, so what I mean by that is every time somebody else fences, on the space, I can buy an animal from the general supply. But that's going to be annoying to do if I don't have a cooking hearth or if I don't have fences up. There's no point in buying an animal if you can't hold it. Master Bricklayer is probably the best card. And if I get an early room, then it's a Stonecutter for improvements only. If I build multiple rooms, then it becomes better than that. I would think about Clay Hut Builder, except I need an early wood room for Childless. It's extremely hard to build a different room and get Childless payout early. Fodder Planter doesn't seem too useful. Catcher and Clay Kneader, as I said, are not good. Oh, one funny thing is that both pet lovers are in here. So the unpublished cards are the ones we're testing for the B expansion coming out this year. So that's why they look unpublished, and that is also why some of them have the same names as cards that already exist. So we have the Pet Lover from the C deck or D deck, as well as this Pet Lover, which will need to be renamed if we keep it in for the B expansion. So I don't really know what to think here. Stagehand is not very good, but with House Artist in the game, I could take it to block or have insurance. If I let somebody else take Stagehand and I'm using House Artist often, that just is too kind to the person with Stagehand. On the other hand, it's definitely a weaker card than some of the other stuff here. There's nothing in the draft for Oven Firing Boy, by the way. There's no reason for this card to be taken. Forest Evaluator. I would get one clay every time people use the 3-wood and the 2-wood action space. That might be 8 clay, but spaced out. Homebrewer could be useful if Childless pays out a lot, and then Pet Lover could also be useful holding extra animals. Well, if I get Confidant back, Homebrewer would be really nice. Wait, I have Confidant. Okay, so it will work really well if I get Fields up and running early. So right now the game plan, and this is subject to change based on the minor improvements, the game plan is to build a really early wood room with Childless, potentially play House Artist if the second read for the room will be hard to get. I'll take Estate Master. Hedgekeeper did not come back, meaning somebody's going to be fencing 3-ish times. The difference between the revised edition Hedgekeeper and the original Hedgekeeper, with the new one, you have to use a fencing action as opposed to anytime you build fences. So with the previous Hedgekeeper, you could combo it with something like Mini Pasture, where if a card gives you a pasture, you're putting 4 fences up. And with the old Hedgekeeper, you get 3 extra fences. With the new Hedgekeeper, you have to use a fences action, and you can actually fence 3 fences for 0 wood. With the old Hedgekeeper, you had to buy at least 1 fence, usually for at least 1 wood. So you could not do 3 fences for 0 wood. You would have to add 3 fences when you're already fencing, at least 1. Okay, so then the Estate Master here gives me a bonus point every time I harvest a veggie when I have no unused farmyard spaces. This, I think, is really nice. Just in case my game goes that way, I can have Childless pay out vegetable instead of grain. Fill out my farm really fast, fence a lot, and then with the Childless vegetable payout, sow those using Confidant, and then rack up bonus points. This is bad. That's pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Hold Wild Boar. Clay bonuses. I'm not going to play this. There's no situation where I play this. Okay. Fun pack. So the best card here is Shaving Horse. I'm going to take it. It's just a food machine when you take wood, and there's really nothing better than having a food machine when you take wood. Writing Desk is a nice card, letting you play 2 occupations at once. Forest Lake Hut is okay. It gives you wood or food bonuses for taking spots you might take anyway. So that's one thing to look out for when you look at what card is good, what card is bad. You want to make sure that, if possible, you're taking action spaces that you would take anyway and just getting bonuses for that. Very rarely you will want to take cards which make you take weak action spaces. You want to make sure that your opponents suffer a bit from your moves, and also just, I guess, naturally go with the flow of the game. If you have like a great fishing combination and you're incentivized to take fishing when there's only 2 food on there, that's a very weak action relatively to what other people are doing. So very rarely you'll want to do that. Like Field Watchman obviously powers up 1 grain spectacularly and makes it worth it to do. Okay, so I'm reading my cards right now. I was thinking about Lumbermill. This card is higher rated by the site's power ranking than I expected. However, Master Bricklayer does not combo. I cannot save a stone on Lumbermill through Master Bricklayer because Master Bricklayer is only for major improvements. So I took Shaving Horse. Food Chest is also good. Man. Okay, so what I'm hoping to get back, I think somebody will take Renovation Company and try to get Mining Hammer on the rebound. So I'd expect to get Food Chest, Writing Desk, or Lumber Mill on when this pack gets back to me. Probably take Lumber Mill at that point. Oh! Holy cow. Okay. So oh gosh. What do I do? Shaking Coop is a terrific card, but it's not for me this game. Wow. Chain Float's not going to work out because I need early wood for Childless. Hayloft Barn, the timing with Childless does not work out well. It's also not rated as high as you'd think. You get a family growth without room when you obtain a 4th grain. I don't remember if harvesting grain counts for this. Obtain includes harvesting. All ways to move a good into your personal supply. Okay, so very confusing pack. Dankwine took something better than Bookshelf. Bookshelf is like a gold standard of a card, giving you food every time you play an occupation. I'm going to take it. It's just straight up the best card. I'm going to get one of these 5 back, 2 of these 5 by math reasoning. Potato Ridger is going to be great with Estate Master. Chicken Coop's just a great card, even though it doesn't fit my game at all. Childless means Chicken Coop is going to be impossible to play very early. Forest Stone is a great card. It gives you food when you take wood and adds food to the, potential on this card when you take stone. And Hayloft Barn, 4 grain is kind of easy to obtain in some games. With Childless, I would say so. However, I didn't see any grain cards, or don't remember any, more accurately, in the draft, so it might be safe-ish to pass. Though if somebody gets Field Watchman and smacks this down, that would be rough. I have not too many reasons to believe somebody has Field Watchman. Joe might have it. His pack was really nice. I got House Artist 3rd. Yeah, you have no idea where you're going this game. I have a plan. It's just a matter of can I execute it. So Bookshelf, Shaving Horse. I think I'm well set on food. Bookshelf also because Writing Desk is in the draft. Basket might even be usable. Okay. Milking Place is the new version of House Goat. Uwe and the development team didn't like how strong House Goat was or wanted to nerf it a little, and they made it cost a grain. And in doing so, they turned a great card into one of the worst cards. Funny example of how an obtuse cost can make a card go from great to terrible. Feed Fence is okay. Paper Knife is rated really high. Huh. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm doing looking on Paper Knife, seeing whether it combinations. Well, it combos with Bookshelf, which is nice. And then Writing Desk is what I'm looking at right now, and Writing Desk won't combo with Paper Knife, so I cannot play Paper Knife and then receive another occupation if I have Writing Desk. So that's unfortunate. Acorn's Basket seems pretty good. It gives you a boar in 2 consecutive rounds with a 3 Ock prerequisite and 1 read cost. So it seems good. The stats don't like it. Feed Fence is a bit too obtuse for my game plan. Stables aren't involved in any way. But a 6 food payout would be nice. Clay Pipe doesn't really fit. I'm probably going to take Paper Knife. Paper knife, carriage trip, crosscut wood isn't bad either. Carriage trip. It would be a good way to sneak in for rooms, like starting player build room at once. I'm going to either take paper knife or crosscut wood. With childless so early, I don't need to worry about sneaking in for a room, really. The clay hut builder, when they get renovation company, will want carriage trip pretty bad. I am watching the stream chat a tiny bit once in a while if you really need to ask me a question. Please don't throw out strategy advice. It's a tournament, so I can't read this right now. Yeah, I know other people can watch me. I'm going to assume that Sebosch, Joe, and dankwine are all honorable people. If they are cheating, it'll be pretty obvious no matter what they do. Joe is saying whatever. I think I'll just go Nur. Nur means Nur is German for only, I think, and that term came about in Agricola from people doing only family growth, which is just means like get 5 rooms, grow your family, and then figure the rest of your game out from there. Joe is a classic Nur player. He's also one of the best players in the world. So. Paper knife, man. The thing is, I'm really expecting to get writing desk back. There was just way too much good stuff in that pack to not get writing desk back, since I took bookshelf, which is the best obvious combo with it. So the problem with paper knife is that I pass it to someone else and it's a good card. And then I'll have easy enough ways to play occupations anyway. So maybe I take crosscut wood or carriage trip. Crosscut wood might activate my shaving horse, so if I'm in trouble for food, that would be nice. I'll take carriage trip. Maybe 6 wood will be available and I can steal it that way. It's probably not rated very high. No, it's not. So I took a weak card. Goes against my game plan. I think it has so many useful situations. So the best card here is Oriental Fireplace. New purchase is okay. Forest Inn is pretty bad. It messes up the game a lot. It's an extra action space, and you pay the owner of food, but in return you exchange your wood for 8 wood and a number of food, depending on how much wood you exchange from your supply. So it's a combination of wood and food to put into the game. With Shaving Horse, I want someone else to play it. I'm not going to worry about playing it myself. So my biggest concern is that someone will use New Purchase and Hayloft Barn together to get their family growth without room a lot easier. Oriental Fireplace is really strong, but on the other hand, my food situation is going to be very different than a game where I would normally try to use Oriental Fireplace. So Oriental Fireplace, if you get the first fireplace, you have the momentum on taking the sheep, the first sheep accumulation. And with Oriental Fireplace, you get a 50% bonus on sheep food. So, you know, if you get the pile of 4 sheep, that 6 food in a sheep becomes 9 food in a sheep, if you've exchanged your fireplace for the Oriental one. So it's a combination of, do I want to prevent Hayloft Barn at the expense of... No, I think I want to take the Oriental Fireplace. Neither helps me very much. Writing desk came back, so I have to take it with bookshelf in hand. I'm getting very worried for whoever goes the clay combo. Renovation company, clay hut builder, and cheap early clay rooms, basically. Lumber mill's not on my game plan. I don't have that many ways to get early stone. Educational forest, too expensive. Writing desk is just a lot better for my purposes. Chain float came around, which is a little surprising. It's been drafted pretty early in all the playtest games, but it has a high cost. It costs 3 wood. You get 3 fields, 7, 8, and 9 rounds away. So the latest you want to play this is round 5, and 3 wood is exactly, well, it's part of a room. It's a big part of a room, so it's a huge cost. Basket would be nice. There are situations I could envision where taking wood is just 6 food and a couple wood with shaving horse, which obviously makes it a great action. But timing is not going to be good on basket. I want to be doing other things, like just rooms and growing. I don't really want to worry about playing improvements. Same reason chain float doesn't really work in my game plan. It's an early card, and I have too many things to do early already. Potato Ridger goes well with Estate Master, Childless. So that's what I'm going to take. I have a feeling, well, Clay Hut Builder might have been just dropped. If Sebosch didn't take Clay Hut Builder, then might have been nobody. Joe says he's going Nur, which usually doesn't mean clay rooms, especially because he wouldn't expect Renovation Company to get back to him. Sebosch took a card very quickly, so I will assume he took Mining Hammer with his first choice from that pack, his 3rd pack, and then 7th pack. Here, I'm not building stables, I think. Clay pipe might be good for like 4 food or something. And milking place, I'm not really going grain. I don't have early fields. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where Confidant fits into my plan. I think my ideal game is room in round 3, Childless out, 4 grain, 4 vegetables, or 3 vegetables, 1 grain from Childless. Round 7, family growth first. Get a few fields out in the middle game. Use Confidant to fill out my farm very quickly without a high point ceiling on the farm. That means I'm not going for 4 pastures. I'm not going for 5 fields. Those are generally your highest point ceiling games when you get max of every category. Instead, my point ceiling is going to come from Estate Master, potentially with bonus points for veggies. I'll take Milking Place because it's a grain for a point in late game, maybe. It's pretty restricted, though. And I'm starting player. Okay. Okay. I didn't really want that. What I want is to read in round 2. Okay, so I can play Childless or take Reedstone Food. Thanks, Reed. I better not reveal Childless yet. It's my first pick. I don't really want people to know what I'm doing. Second move this round is going to be 2 wood. Oh, there we go. Sebosch plays Skillful Renovator. a wood bonus for renovating, so he's got renovation company, he's got clay hut builder, he's got mining hammer. I would expect his second move to be start player mining hammer, take 3 wood, and then start player renovation company, get 2 wood extra, then throw down clay hut builder, take some reed, build clay rooms. That seems like Sebosch's game plan. Joe took 3 wood, indicating he wants starting player, and Dankwine throws down the assistant tiller, which gives him a field every time he takes day laborer. Kind of curious that, excuse me, Dankwine wouldn't take estate master when he has assistant tiller. There's the mining hammer, as I suspected. Just, yeah. On the other hand, renovation company costs 4 wood, so not completely sure what is going to happen here. Okay, so Joe's taking plow, and then Dankwine is going to take day labor, so 4 clay is going to be available if Joe takes plow, in round 2, that is. I'm not going to take 4 clay. So I think first priority is 3 wood, then I'm going to take either 2 reed or occupation, second action if possible. Very unlikely. Joe takes the reed. He said he was going Ner. Dankwine takes 3 wood. Loverly. I don't like this. So next round I have to take 3 wood and traveling players. So I probably want starting player. If nobody takes this spot, then I will start player with shaving horse probably, and then go on that, and then take traveling players as my second action of round 3, and then drop childless in round 4. So that's my first scenario. Dankwine might plow, or day labor plow. Please do. Okay. So we are going to pull this off. Unless somebody blocks my 3 food traveling players. I'm just going to assume nobody's going to do that. Joe's comment is funny. Basically what I'm hoping is that Joe can take Reedstone food. Or something and not block this space. Because I need that space. Real bad. I expect Joe to take 3 wood or Reedstone food here. Traveling players would just be really annoying. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Dankwine plays an Ock. So it looks like we execute the plan, but barely. Pet lover, so he holds extra animals and... Oh, this pet lover. Okay. He's looking at taking sheep, food, grain with his second action. Reedstone food still available. Where am I building this room? I guess here. And next round we go childless, and then we start our game. I'm relieved. I'm very relieved. Not a perfect situation to have to have first player there in the game. But, so ideally right now I'd have a room in childless out instead of house artist. That's the ideal situation. But with first player, taking 3 wood is pretty suspect to me. I don't feel good about doing that. Reedstone food too important in general for any game plan. Apparently my stream is only 1080p. That's really weird. If anybody knows how to change that, please tell me in Twitch chat. I'm not super good with Twitch. Dankwine took starting player supply boat. Interesting. He's taking an early vegetable. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Does he think he has this? Okay, so childless is one of my 2 actions. I can either risk it. Sebosch is going to take 3 wood and take starting player renovation company, I think. I should probably just give up on Reedstone food and take like 4 clay or something if on the rebound. Childless, I just need to make sure I get out. So I'm really hoping for late family growth right now. There isn't too much pressure on rooms besides myself and Joe. Growing second is totally fine with childless. Okay, Reedstone food got taken. I can plow. Or I can take 4 clay. I have OCD about my farm, by the way. I might spend a stupid amount of time organizing my farm. 2 wood is okay, because I need to take writing desk and bookshelf. For clay or plow. I'll just plow. There's the renovation company. Dankwine saying he really needed to not start last. Yeah, I feel that way a lot when I start last. what I need to do is figure out whether I'm taking a grain or a veggie. Probably a veggie. Oh yeah, especially with Oriental Fireplace in hand, veggies are for food. So my ideal take is 4 wood, except that's not coming back, flat out. 5 clay is okay. I'm sure 4 wood isn't coming because dankwine will take it if Joe doesn't. Sorry I'm having a little gas. Coffee does that to me, and I had my coffee this morning. Okay, so this is interesting situation. Sebosch can build a room. Joe is going to play chicken coop here. Great card, I mean. 8 food and a point. Joe has the resources. He took the fireplace and clay. It's just classic good start for Joe. Classic good start for Joe. Dankwine's going to take 4 wood, so I'm going to take 5 clay or reedstone food, or 3 wood. Reedstone food doesn't fit my plans. 5 clay or 3 wood. I'll take the clay, I guess. Or will I regret not taking wood? I might regret not taking clay. No, my food source is wood. My food source is wood. Remember how I eat. Very important. It's going to take too many moves right now for me to take clay, build a fireplace, all that good stuff. So I might get 5 clay when it comes back. Sebosch is building a room. Joe might take clay, but he'll probably take reedstone food or 3 sheep. And then dankwine will maybe ock or day labor. So reedstone food or 5 clay is probably coming back. I just realized reedstone food could be good with house artist. Just gives me another reason to build a 4th room. So my game plan, in terms of how my farm is set up, I'm probably going to fence 15, covering 8 spaces and 3 pastures, so have 2 1x1s here, and then a 2x3 rectangle, and then 4 rooms, 4th room there, and 3 fields, and then get my point ceiling with estate master. So Joe took the sheep, guaranteeing his feeding for the next harvest. Dankwine's taking occupation, so I get my 5 clay anyway. Animal tamer. Interesting. Looks like dankwine might be going for an oven, so I might as well take that. And with late growth, getting a 4th room is less important. Okay, what's round 6? Renovate. This is what childless is great at. So without childless, right now I would be growing in round 9. Joe's going to grow. Dankwine might do start player build room. And I would be growing in round 9, maybe 8. But now I get 3 veggies, 4 food, and a grain. It's brilliant stuff. Okay, so right, dankwine takes build room this round and then starting player next round. So I still grow in round 9, but with really no huge penalty. So right now I take 3 wood or plow or RSF. Sebosch probably takes 2 reed. Or fireplace. If I take wood, I can convert it to food. Wood and plow. Reedstone food is always going to be there. The second fireplace is probably going to be there too. Oh. Seb is not worrying about family growth because he gets to take improvement and then place a person on family growth. Somebody's calling me from LA. Sorry. I might as well look up the number. Reseda, California. Yeah, you better leave me a message because I'm playing a game right now. Joe says he's awking, thinking which one. I don't know, the other pet lover. I'd better not say anything because bad form. Okay. So I want to plow, toss down confidant, keep taking wood, shaving it. I guess Oriental Fireplace is going to be my late game feeding. I'm not going to worry about it until then. I could also play Potato Ridger. But probably Confidant, and then I can unleash Bookshelf and Writing Desk, then play Master Bricklayer, Homebrewer, Estate Master, Truffle Searcher. I'm shaping up for a good game, honestly. It's going to be fun to see how I blow it. Probably not taking enough wood, or not getting my plows out in time. I really need to plow right now. Joe's going to unleash the Hedgekeeper. Or not. Or yes. Just do me. Sebosch is grabbing pottery. I guarantee you that's the best move right now. I don't quite understand it either. Sebosch knows exactly what he's doing. He's the world champion. No reason to doubt his plans. Joe's going to grow. With copes, or cops, I don't really know how to say it. So in the original game, this was a very bad card. It is basically the same as this, except it costs 2 wood instead of a food and didn't give a bonus point. The opposite case of Milking Place, the former house goat, they took a very expensive card, one that's hard to play, and added a point, made the cost a lot simpler, and it turned from one of the worst cards into literally one of the top 5 minors in the game. So they didn't quite understand what they were doing here when they are trying to balance the cards for power. Sometimes they overbalanced and just kind of like flipped things around. So here the Copes became the Woodfield from one of the worst miners to one of the best, and House Goat became from one of the best to one of the worst. Okay. Dankwine, for some reason, is considering whether or not to take start player, and he will. I'm going to take 4 wood. 3 stone doesn't make sense. I just need the wood. I'm probably going to plow again, or play Confidant. Or take 4 wood. Sebosch is taking Forest Stone. What? Oh. With his family growth, okay. And feeding 3 food into clay, right. Joe's taking the 4 wood, so I probably play Confidant here. Oh yeah, I take Confidant, and then I grab 6 wood next round. Okay, so the wording on this is unclear. Each of the next 2 to 4 round spaces. So what Joe says is that I can choose 2 rounds up to 4 rounds. Otherwise, it's +2, +3, +4. Where did like chain float? Add hmm. Yeah, so the reason I'm delaying the game is because I want to make sure Sebosch and Dankwine are on board with this. Okay, they don't care. So, okay. So we're done with that. Um, and we're really running here. I don't have to protect anything. Nobody can build a room this round. Things are good. I'm gonna family growth and play bookshelf or writing desk. Yeah, and then sow next round. Sow a green and a veggie next round. The grain will come off before the round 14. This is looking like a good game. I'm hopefully going to have enough point ceiling from a state master. I'm going to be able to fill up my farm by the fourth harvest. Yeah, I probably stay on 3 rooms unless I get enough wood to power a 4th room and fence out. That's only 6 more wood, but with shaving horse in hand, it's going to be like 3 actions or 4 actions to get enough wood to build a 4th room and fence out in time for a state master. So that's the balance I'm trying to walk right now. So again, sorry for making a boring 3 minutes there. Holding up the game, making sure we clarify the rules. So I could plow if nobody can build a room. If Sebosch builds a room, there's no way he's starting player also, because I have carriage trip. It's the only stealer, I guess. Could also... No, I can't take... No, I could take wood. I could take 2 wood. 2 wood or plow? Probably plow. Probably plow. I'm sitting so pretty right now. Seb takes 6 clay, the obvious best move for him. So I'm not talking much because I'm trying to really figure out exactly what my moves are for the rest of the game, or the middle game. It's always important to navigate the middle game correctly. So much can go wrong, especially in late growth, even though I have the monster childless backing me up. Oh god, I get it again. So I believe at the start of the round, both of these are at the start of each round, so I get to choose which happens first. So I'll take, yeah, plus grain food, and then so. Yeah, definitely. This game's so good. I'm just freaking rolling along here. I'm rolling along. I'm in such a good spot from not having to contest my growth. And also just childless, man. Childless. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes you play it once and then family growth comes out round 5 and you have to grow anyway. But it's great insurance, so insurance wins. Oh, this game is monstrous. I'll probably plow again. 5 rounds of childless. Yeah. Also, if dankwine doesn't take 4 wood, then I get it. Just beautiful stuff happening right now. My endgame is unblockable because how are you going to block this? Maybe I'll sow veggies instead. They'll come off earlier, and it's more points with the state master, so I haven't submitted my farm yet, so they don't know what I'm doing. I'll just sow this. I should sow at least 1 grain, because it's a point, and I'll already be capped at veggies, points-wise. But I really need to throw down this estate master and get the ball rolling. Estate master homebrewer, actually. Oh, yeah, maybe so too, grain. Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried this game's going to go terrific. So next confidant is going to be fences. Plow once in round 10 or 11. Get a state master. Then start player round 11 for start player writing desk, I guess, in round 11. Bookshelf with family growth. Yeah, this is too late, dankwine. It's too late. Hayloft barn is the one that lets family growth without room happen. I'm playing terrific cards. When Sebosch is lolling, yeah, you know he's not having his best game. Let me find this post for him. Seb and Zlorvik know each other, so hopefully that makes him feel better. I doubt it. So I'm very happy right now with my game. It's really going terrific. Oops. Dankwine took 3 wood. Okay. What are my options here? 3 stone is terrific. If I can just get points from cards now. Yeah. Build the well and plow. Plow well, I think, is the right order. If Dankwine wants the well, he can have it. My game is too massive to stop, I think. Joe is taking sheep because God knows why. Okay, this is fine. I'll plow and then start player bookshelf. Or start player writing desk. Then homebrewer and estate master are going to come out together. Going to make beautiful music. So I am joking about full farm because in our semifinal game together, Joe, Sebosch, and I lost to Ryosuke when he pulled off Ranch, the Z card, for 7 points and 14 food once he got a full farm. So I'm just joking around. So Dankwine's going to take a boar, a grain, and 3 food. It's just a weak action. That's why I don't like Pet Lover. It makes you play weak stuff. So I'm going to take 2 reed, probably. It'll let me renovate. I don't really need the wood. 2 reed doesn't seem like the best move, though. Starting player, Ock. Reno. That's fine. Or I could take 4 clay, but yeah, maybe 4 clay's better. Because Oriental Fireplace and all that crap. Oh, crosscut wood if I play is also 4 wood right now because I have 4 stone in my supply. I probably shouldn't have made a joke about full farm because now it's obvious I have a state master, but whatever. Seb is going to grow. Oh, and I have no feeding problems this whole game. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, not much to think about right now. It's a good thing. All right, Sebosch is playing an occupation for paper knife. Pasture master. Okay. One other thing I really like about the shaving horse is that it takes wood away from the game and incentivizes you to take wood. So those two in combination reduce the wood for everybody else. Wood is the primary resource in this game. You never see 6 wood passed on if possible, unless for family growth. And there aren't really any wood additions. Well, there are. Hedgekeeper adds wood to the game. Crosscut wood adds wood to the game, but I'm going to try to hold off on playing this unless I need food, just because Seb and dankwine are both short on wood for fencing. So if I can cause a shortage, then it's really good stuff. So I'm going to sow. Take that. Start player writing desk. This thing is over, maybe. I really better not blow this game. I have a really strong lead right now. If the randomization on this site loves me, then family growth will come out in round 12. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to take starting player again. I have nothing else to do. Joe's taking boar. Oops. My title of my stream is still Agricola. Play-Agricola tourney round 2 with Lumen. Oh, I didn't. I'm having typing problems. This Twitch title's not updating. Whatever. So, end of this round, I'm getting 1 point from Homebrewer and 2 from Estate Master. Things are good. I'm going to keep these on my screen so I don't forget about them. And usually I put cards here which have a bonus at the end of the game, so I don't forget, like about a house steward or something of that nature. It's just my don't forget section. So my harvest is going to be this. So wonderful. And then 3 read as my last action. Since there's no animal pair, that would be my first priority. Yeah, see, when you play Pet Lover, you're incentivized to take a bad action. Now Dankwine's taken 3 bad actions. Well, I guess with the grain, he gets the family growth, so. It makes sense. What is this one? Okay, you trade in grain, veg, animal for points and food. It's good. Feed 6 food, harvest all. We rollin'. We rollin'. So I could play Crosscut Wood, but I think I won't if I play starting player. So I play starting player, I'll play Carriage Trip, probably, and renovate behind it. Or I could take 2 cows. Then either take sheep or renovate. Probably renovate. The more renovation I do, and then I need to sow action in round 14 as well, no matter what happens during this harvest. So I can max this estate master out. I'm pretty clear into winning this game. I take family growth around 13. Maybe buy an oven right now. I am a little short on improvement points. I'm just hoping my bonus points carry me through here. This was such a huge child list. I mean, there's just no way I lose because 5 crops, 5 food just for my normal time in the family growth queue. It's amazing stuff. Dankwine takes wood, so now I do sheep or reno. I'll probably skimp sheep. It's probably a 1-point difference if I just grab sheep later versus grabbing it now. I will play the fireplace. I don't think the oven's in danger. Of course it might be. And it's food. And another point. Yeah, I'll do that. It solves my food for, though fireplace and start player oriental fireplace would also solve my food. Yeah, I don't really know. Also, clay oven still leaves me enough stone to renovate again. If I'm unblockable, then I'm going to win. I've not played a game this good in a long time. I'm very proud of this so far. Got all the food we need. Gonna feed 7 and then 8, so probably 8. 7 this harvest and then 8 or 9 next harvest. Probably gonna have enough raw vegetables to just do that. Otherwise, we can slap down potato ridger or the fireplace and oriental fireplace. Oriental might be overkill at this point. I don't think I need that much food. So a fireplace is the same amount of points as the oriental fireplace. Also, if we get blocked from renovation, the stone oven is out and available. I'm just really happy with this. Sebosch has action advantage, but he's taking grain. Like he has to at some point. It's 2 points, your first grain, but not super strong. Joe's taking wood. Typical. So next round is family growth, animal pair, maybe another animal pair. I might take start player for so bake. Yeah, start player if it's available. And I could play crosscut wood. I think Sebosch would really like that to come around. I can't play it. It's too much help to everybody else. I could play the house goat. Sebosch swing plow. Ooh. Why not on family growth? Dankwine takes a veg. Seb takes clay. Interesting. +3 food. How? Oh, it must be this one. Ah, yeah. Take clay, you get a number of food equal to number of boar. He has 3 boar, so he gets 3 food. Oh, and of course. Yeah. What did I expect? Well, I need a sow next round, so I'm not going to get it. That's life in this game. Joe's playing Renovate Joinery, which is very nice with Hedgekeeper to fence with, and the Woodfield to hold extra wood for... the wood on Woodfield counts for Joinery bonus points at the end of the game. Joe's taking Renovate, so we won't have to worry about it next round, I assume. So I'll take an animal pair. And fireplace, maybe. Not the perfect endgame with passing carriage trip. But those 2 cows were hard to pass up. So I can take the sheep or I can take the boar. It's all the same at this point. Boars might be better. Especially because I can hold a 3rd boar in the home. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter with this fencing arrangement. What? Okay, last round, we have some goals, as we always do in the last round. We're going to try to renovate, and if we don't get that, we can buy the stone oven. Renovate with fireplace. We want to family grow, and we want to sow 4 vegetables. Really not sure how that's all going to come together. Joe's probably not baking, and actually if dankwine sowed with plow sow, then sow bake might be safe, which would be absolutely huge. So right here, we can take sheep and not worry about them later. I mean, there's really not much else to do. Could play crosscut wood for 4 wood, but or 3 wood, no. Figure out what to do with these in a sec. Sadly, I can't breed all of these. I can breed 2 of them. Cows need to breed. Sheep can breed. I think, yeah, I executed my plan pretty perfectly. If we look at my score right now, 35 plus bonuses, 38 with renovation. Oh, what's this one? That's a nice 4-point Ak. So again, the goals are, we're not going to get all of them. There's no way. Renovate with fireplace. So bake, that's the number 1. There's family growth. And then whatever's left for points, I assume. So bake, reno, fireplace, family growth, in that order. This one is worth probably 5 or 6 points to me. This one is worth 4. This one is worth 3. If I play Truffle Searcher, that's a good point. 1 point probably. Seb is blocking Sobake. Oh no, that's from the last round. Okay, now he blocked. Now he plays Plow. So Joe will probably family grow. Dankwine will maybe fence. This is coming out perfect, I think. So I only have 3 grain right now, but the reason I want to sow 4 vegetables is, well, they're 1 point each. And then also grain I'm okay with ending with 1 point worth. Yeah. It's just, and I can convert the veggies to food. It's really not a question of which thing to sow right now. It's 4 veggies for sure. Dankwine's already at 5 people. How? Oh, seatmate. Dankwine's renovating. What? He has no renovation materials. Is that a misclick? As long as he doesn't move his peep near here, I'm okay. And then do I bake 1 grain? I think I don't bake a grain. I can just eat raw veggies. Yeah. You can take wood also, that's fine. Okay. Sebosch can't renovate yet. Dankwine can't renovate yet, so we're going to reno fireplace. Or take stone and reno stone oven. Man, that would be strong. Yeah. Okay. Great. Not that you're taking reno imp anyway, especially with fences gone. This is so well executed by me. It's not a super tense endgame once I got Sobake, but I'm not going to get 2 grain anyhow. Anyhow. And then my last action is going to be Ox, Truffle Searcher. I could have also not baked and then had an option to play Milking Place instead. No, I can't because Milking Place takes up spot in the home. Pasture Master. So Pasture Master says each time you renovate, you get 1 additional animal with a pasteurized stable. That's the wrong term. I'm just bastardizing it. So he'll get 5 wood from Skillful Renovator because it's his 5th person placed, so he gets 5 wood after he renovates. And then fencing is also after renovation, so he can choose the order of getting 5 wood and fencing. Obviously, he's going to take 5 wood and then fence 9. So he'll do that, but the Pasture Master effect does not happen because renovation is before fencing. Okay. And then 4 big ones. This breeds, this breeds, this breeds, and we're well over 50, I think. Did not expect to win a game against Seb and Joe. BTT says I won, which I'll just... he won his group. Congrats to him, too. Oh, did... uh-oh. How did Seb get to 48? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Seb got to 49, then Joe at 42, and dankwine at 40. dankwine says he don't think you can stick around for a second game. Crap. Well, so we can't do 3 games? That's good for me. Stick around. And then Kimball and SP. I'll report the stage 2 results. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that game. Really went about as according to plan as it could have. And we're doing some logistical stuff right now, trying to make sure that we can get our 3 games total in. Because Joe and Seb are both very competitive, and it would, excuse me, not quite be fair to them if we only ended up playing 2. So copy that in the games record, post it into forum. Yeah, you could have helped if you were more articulate about it, dang. Oh, Seb playing the power move. Um, I'm gonna be right back. Keep the stream on.